everyone. I'm Emily.
And I'm Scar.
And welcome back to another episode of the Cottage Horse podcast, where we get whimsical, wild, and whatever else every other Wednesday. We have an exciting episode for you today, so we hope you enjoy.
Hello, all.
Hello.
We are back again, and I have, fittingly for this episode, a cup of tea, because I have a feeling tea shall be spilt.
Damn, I really missed that. I should have done the same.
I was like, "Ooh, that's a perfect drink for today's episode." So I was like, gotta get the segue in there early as well. See, I planned that one.
I like it.
That was planned. But we're going to be reading, I'm sure you've all seen it. Is it overused? Yeah. But is it funny? Yeah. People reading Reddit threads, specifically Am I the Asshole threads, because they are so unhinged, and I just like being nosy sometimes into people's lives, and this feels very harmless. If you put it on the internet, I'm going to consume it, and I'm going to be like, you are stupid, or you are not stupid, and it has no ramifications for me. I'll just enjoy other people's drama, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Shall I go first? What's the vibe?
I can go first.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So this one that I found is a couple years old, so people may have heard this one. I have read it before, but it's one of my favorites because I really love hypocritical parents being put in their place.
Damn.
So the title of this one is, Am I the Asshole for Bringing Up My Brother's, in quotations, premature birth at Christmas dinner to get my parents to shut up? So I am a nurse practitioner, and I am the primary care provider for a lot of the low-risk maternity cases at the practice where I work. I also work hand in hand with the doctors and midwives to create a healthy maternity, birth, and postpartum situation. My fiancé is completing her residency. We live together and have for a few years now. We aren't in any hurry to get married. We originally had plans to do so a couple of years ago, but then we got really busy for 2 years. It is driving my very religious parents that their youngest son is living in sin. I don't really care. I'm an adult and I do what I want, and we are getting married in June. So we are visiting my parents for Christmas. The way it came together this year, everyone is at my parents' house. So that's my parents, my 3 siblings, myself and fiance, and 7 grandchildren. So 17 people in total. At dinner, my mom starts going on about how she is so glad that we are finally getting married and she won't be embarrassed at church anymore. And my dad says how he is proud of his 3 older kids who all either waited to get married before moving in together or got married right away after moving in together. My fiance was getting embarrassed and I was getting mad over this stupid argument we've had too many times, and a family dinner was the last straw. I have asked them repeatedly to just accept that they cannot control how I live my life. I refuse to stay with them when I visit, even if I come alone. Hotels are just easier. So I started talking about a premature baby I had been reading about. It was almost 3 months premature and weighed 1.6 pounds. It was super strong and healthy for being born so little, and the NICU had high hopes for the baby doing well. My mom and dad both got deer in headlights looks to their faces. Too bad. Should not have fucked around with my fiance's feelings. So I asked about my oldest brother. He was born almost 4 months premature. Is there a chance that we could check out the family album where we keep all of the records of our family births and stuff? I already know my brother was over 9 pounds and almost 23 inches long when he was born. My grandmother told me all about it the first time my parents tried to shame me. The subject gets changed very fast. After supper, my parents told me that I should not try to embarrass them with private things that are not my concern. I told them that if I heard anything about my living arrangements ever again for the rest of my life, I would make sure to keep bringing up the fact that my mom was in her 2nd trimester when they got married. My parents are mad at me for telling them how to behave in their own home, but my fiancé is happy that they seem to be off the subject for good. Am I the asshole?
Oh my god. Yeah. Obviously, no.
Right. This one was voted not the asshole.
That is crazy to me. I just don't understand that way of thinking. And I think it's also difficult because I can't speak from like a religious experience. And I think obviously that's definitely different. And I think that is quite difficult if your family still holds a lot of those beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are not a part of that faith system, then I feel like it's incredibly inappropriate for people to be shaming you on that. The same way that it would be incredibly inappropriate for me to be shaming the parents' beliefs, because if that's what they believe in, that's okay. Like, go for it, besties. But
yeah,
there's just so much. I'm just like, bro, what a wild family system that is. Like,
It's also like maybe it's because I had siblings who were actually born premature.
Hmm.
They were both 2 months early. So like I know how small babies that are born premature can be.
Yeah.
But like what were they thinking? Saying that they had first off, 4 months premature is like almost
It's a
not
lot.
viable.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right? Like, I don't really know
Like
much, but
that,
like,
I think at 4 months could probably live, but
mm,
like would likely have severe birth defects.
yeah.
Like there would be long-term consequences of such an early birth. But to then like have it known that your baby was 9 pounds, like there ain't no way in hell a premature baby is nine
I
pounds.
I really like how they said that the grandma brought that up to them, because clearly, like,
Yes.
that's when you know that the family dynamic is like completely broken on all levels, because it's not even like they sussed that out or they figured that out. Like, if they had done some like weird in-depth research, I would have been like, okay, maybe you're digging a little bit hard for, and I would just be like, cut them out of my life, and I hope they do, because it seems like it's just not the vibe anyway. But like, for the fact that the grandma basically exposed them is so funny to me. Like, she was having none of it. And I was like, as you should. So that is like really great.
I wonder which parent it was.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
is
true
it the
actually.
dad's mom or is it the mom's
Mm.
mom?
Yeah, because it'd be also interesting to know if that grandparent themselves follows the same faith, or like, was it from the
Mm-hmm.
grandparent who doesn't necessarily follow that faith? Or like, I feel like there's a lot. But even so, I'm like, that's hilarious. I love when people just like get exposed for just being stupid. I'm
Yeah.
like, don't be daft. Because also, like, there is a to play like the other side of it. It's like, okay, people can like change and develop their faith, and it's like maybe they found themselves in a situation where, okay, this is, maybe it was a mistake. We don't know the circumstances of that child and how it was conceived before marriage, and maybe now
Mm-hmm.
they're like, oh no, we heavily believe like this is the life to lead. I'm like, slay, but like, you've also got to be considerate that like paths do not always align straight. Like, that's okay
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But that's wild.
Yeah. I
No.
like that one just because, like, and I love how subtly the kid brought it up too. She's like,
Oh yeah.
"Can we check the baby book?"
Oh my god, can we just like have a look? Like, can we just like
Yeah.
see? It reminds me, this is so bizarre. I have not even watched Young Sheldon, but that is a plotline in Young Sheldon where like I think Georgie, like, Sheldon's older brother, was conceived before
Yes.
they were married, and obviously like they are a very well, like, I don't know what her name is. Mary is Sheldon's mother's name.
Mary. Yeah.
She is very religious, so maybe they just stole the plotline of Sheldon.
It's so funny. I also have not watched Young Sheldon unless you count all the clips I've watched on TikTok.
Oh yeah, I basically have watched the whole show at this point, but I
Yeah.
remember seeing
I'm
a
like
TikTok
weird.
clip of that.
I was like weirdly invested like in the last little bit because like it was getting real good. I also, speaking of just like TikTok clips, it keeps showing me, I think it's just called Ghosts, but it's about, there's a UK and a US version, but it's just about this woman who
Oh,
like inherits this old house and then she can see ghosts, but nobody else can see them and they're all like tied to the house. And so it's just like, it's like a comedy and like shenanigans ensue, but like I keep getting clips of
oh,
it.
yes, because it's made in the UK. It has the same people in it who did Horrible Histories.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know who's in the US version, but for the UK version, it's all
I
those lot.
I will say I've seen primarily US clips. I've seen a few clips of the UK and like this might be controversial. I feel like the US is better.
I have no idea. I have no reference. I have not delved into that.
Maybe the
I've heard
UK
it's good
is just
though.
like, yeah, I think I did start watching like the first episode of the US version, then I was just kind of like, not in the mood for this right now.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
I
it's my
think
type of
maybe the
show,
UK
but
version just has like more niche British humor that I just don't quite
yeah,
connect with.
it's weird because those, like, I call them Horrible History characters because that's how I know them. But they're making like a
Yeah.
revival because they were in that. Because I think they wrote it. Because I think the British version came first and the American version came after.
Mm.
Because they're like, the ghosts are obviously like tied culturally to the house. So like, obviously they can't, like, I guess
Yeah.
they could have British ghosts, but Matthew Baton that is in Horrible Histories, and he's also Miss Elliot Ward in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So there's a lot of overlap over here. Yeah, he plays Elliot Ward. I was like, damn, man has range.
Look
and
at
man is
that.
going everywhere. I was like, damn, I know you.
We love to see it.
Singing funny songs as dressed as a Roman. Or he was Dick Turpin, the Highwayman. That's how I know him. Really random.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Oh my god, I'll have to send you the video of them singing Dick Turpin, the Highwayman. It's iconic. It fed me as a child, so... Anyway,
perfect.
Moving swiftly on, we'll go to our next story. Okay,
yes.
So, am I the asshole for not letting my friends from out of town stay at my home?
Ooh. I was saying before we started recording, I love titles that make you seem like the asshole, and then like you get into it and it's like, oh no, this is very valid. I feel like this might be one of those.
People are like so dramatic how they write their titles. I'm like, you know what you were doing. You made a little TikTok. I saw
totally
you.
It's for the clip.
I saw you there.
It's for the clip.
Yeah, and it worked. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let's get into it.
My 30 female boyfriend and 35 male has two friends who live in another state. Let's call them Jack and Liz. They want to come visit us in our state with their 4 children, ages ranging from 5 to 10. I live in a downtown area of our city where my boyfriend lives about an hour away in the suburbs. My house is close to where I go to school full time, about a 5-minute walk, and close to where I work, 10-minute walk to my first job, 10-minute drive to my second job. I live with my 3 dogs, and because of my busy schedule, I have a dog walker come every day to feed and take care of them. When Jack and Liz come to visit with their kids, they are asking to stay at my house. Here's the thing though, they want me to leave my house so that their family can stay there with complete privacy. I think it is also worth noting that I have never met or spoken to Jack or Liz before. They are my boyfriend's friends and not mine. Also, they are originally from our city, so they have their parents and family members who still live here. They seem pretty wealthy, and mostly because they tell my boyfriend that they are. Liz is a stay-at-home mum and has never worked before because Jack has had multiple inheritances from deceased family members and he brags about his high-paying job. They also own about 10 rental properties that they have Sorry, I just have to laugh at this. Okay. They also own about 10 rental properties that they collect passive income from. Believe they brought these houses with the inheritance. Before Jack, Liz also did not work because her family is wealthy and supported her. The thing is, my commute to work and school, I have one or both 7 days a week, is over an hour each way from my boyfriend's house in the suburbs. I already have such long days that changing my commute to 2+ hours a day, even for a week, is giving me anxiety with all the stuff I have going on between work and school. Also, I don't have anyone to walk my dogs at my boyfriend's house, and even if I were to hire a dog walker, he doesn't want a stranger having access to enter his house. Finally, it would just be really uncomfortable to have to leave my own home, and I am also nervous about having young children running around my house where I'm not there, and my home is not childproof. So am I the asshole? My boyfriend seems disappointed in me because I'm not opening my home to his friends, and I'm already making a bad impression on them. He also thinks that I'm doing this because I'm not deciding to like them based on what I know about them, just what I've heard from him. Stuff that they are always asking to use their streaming... How is it getting worse? Stuff like they are always asking to use my streaming loggings but keep logging me out. When their dogs get old, they abandon them at shelters so that they can make room for new puppies. I do think that this kind of stuff bothers me, but I think that even if my own friends were making this housing request of me, I would tell them to get a hotel or stay at their parents' houses. To add, my boyfriend lost both his parents young when he was 16 and 22, and he doesn't have siblings or much of an extended family. He considers his friends from high school as his family, and I'm trying to be sensitive to the situation because essentially he thinks that I should be accommodating to his friends since they are his family. Edit number 2. Regarding their past actions for family pets, I find it absolutely abhorrent. When I've brought it up, I've been told that I'm out of line because I don't have a family or children. My boyfriend thinks any criticism of their action towards pets is criticism of them as parents, and since I don't have kids, I shouldn't be allowed to voice my opinions on stuff I don't know about. My boyfriend thinks that at least 2 abandoned dogs may be attributed to PPD, so postpartum depression, since they were both within a year of baby being born. However, I feel like the animal family members were the victims. This is still abhorrent behaviour. It somehow just kept getting worse. Like, I'm so shocked.
So much to digest.
I had never read that before. Like, I literally just read the title and I was like, oh, this seems interesting and nuanced. Whoa.
First off, not the asshole. The audacity of these people. Okay.
God.
The only thing that I would just like to chime in with. Now, do I think abandoning elderly dogs and then getting puppies is okay. Absolutely not. I will just speak, though, from somebody who has had a kid, and also I have cats, not dogs. I will say, in terms of like the postpartum depression, there is nothing more overstimulating than your pets once you have a kid. It definitely sounds like they're still the asshole if they've done this like multiple times. Like, you should know better. But I will say, pets become so overstimulating.
Oh yeah, there is definitely like there's definitely elements here where it's like, okay, like in its own confined context, like potentially this is not like a bad thing. Like if the post was just about that, I'd be like, okay, it's definitely bad. Like I do not agree with that. But sometimes people's environments change, and they might be like, yeah, having 4 kids under the age of like 5 and having 3 dogs, especially elderly dogs that maybe need more care, maybe it's not the vibe. But I just don't understand. Also, like, not only are the friends just awful, the boyfriend needs to get in the bin. What is he doing?
Please leave him. Because, like,
I cannot believe
what?
that.
Where's that red flag guy that, like, on TikTok that just runs with the giant flags? Where is he?
It also weirdly feels like a test. It feels like them as a 3 are testing her. Because it almost feels, because, like, why are they not asking him to give up his house? You know, like, why are they not being like, oh, can we have your house and can you move in with your girlfriend? Because then I'd be like, okay, that's a bit more understandable. Like, I can kind of get that. Why do you want to move into a stranger's house? Like what are you doing?
If you really want a house, and like I understand like money can be a thing, but like if you really want like a whole house, Airbnb exists, Verbo exists.
That's what I mean.
Why
it feels
it feels
like a test.
I could never imagine coming to visit somebody and being like imagine if I came to visit you. If I came to visit you. Now, okay, let's imagine in this scenario you lived alone. Okay, because obviously I'm not going to kick your parents and your brother out. But like, imagine if I came to visit you.
Yeah.
Me, my husband, and my daughter. And we're like, hey, we want to come visit you. But also, can you live somewhere else for the 2 weeks that we're here?
What? No, I genuinely believe... Like, why? But I genuinely believe this is a test. I think they're testing to see how,
see if she's, like, marriage material.
Yeah, but I also think, why else do they want access to her house if they're not gonna fucking snoop? I think it's also elements of insecurity. Like, has he asked? Like, has he been... what if the friends are not the bad guys and it's actually the boyfriend and he's orchestrating this? Like, what if the friends were like, we want to come visit, can we stay with you? And he's like, oh, actually, ask, like, my girlfriend because... you know, her house is in a better location, I'm in the suburbs kind of thing. And, like, also while you're there, like, can you do, like, me a favor? Because I think she's doing some sus things here. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, of course, bestie. I don't know. There's so many elements to it that it's just, like, so weird. Also, like, why are you taking your children to a house where, like, it's not baby-proofed and you know it's not baby-proofed?
I was just about to bring that up because, like, even just, like, going to, like, my parents or my in-laws with my daughter is stressful. And we're just there for a few hours because it's not baby-proofed. And you're constantly like, nope, don't do that. Don't do grab. Yeah. Like, so it's like, heard, I can't imagine, like...
Yeah, because I've even heard, like, going to hotels is tough. Home. Yeah, because I've even heard, like, going to hotels is sometimes tough with young kids because, like, you know, they aren't necessarily baby-proofed either. Like, obviously, there's less in them than a home, so, like, it's a little bit more control. But still, like, there's just... Also, the streaming services, why were they logging her out? What is occurring? Why are they being villains? Also, what makes this so much worse, they are in their 30s.
Yeah.
How are you being that big of a clown at 35? What are you doing also, in your life?
You have money.
Yeah.
Why are you mooching on somebody else for streaming services when you have money?
I can understand if you're like, oh, can we share it? Because I know some people, like, obviously now you can't because they're like, only one address. But, like, I get that. If you're like, oh, let's all share it, like, kind of vibe. I'll be like, that's okay, that's cute, whatever. But, like, what is happening? And they have 10 rental properties. They could buy a house where they want to come visit. If it's in that old town. Why have they not brought a rental property there? Like, I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, there's so much there. Wow. Does this one have a vote? Because I hope it's not the asshole.
Yeah, it's not the asshole, don't worry. But, like, it just kept getting worse.
It really did.
Every sentence I was like, hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Are we okay?
That is definitely one of those ones where, like, the title makes it seem like, oh, yeah, you're definitely the asshole. And then you read it and you're like, holy, nope, okay.
I don't even know about people. Like, some of them are like, come on, besties. Come on, besties.
Yeah.
But people are weird.
That
okay,
was,
I do have another. I do have another one. No, but yours is funny though. Yours is just fun. Like, this one was not funny. This one was like sad. Because I'm like, why are they with these people that are just villains for no reason?
I do also have another one that I've also heard. Oh, if you want, after you do your second one, I can do a second one.
Okay, so I, again, have not read this. I just saw the title and I was like, this is funny to me, so I need to know what this is about. So, am I the asshole for ordering a giant steak against my mother-in-law's will, actually eating it, and refusing to cover the entire bill? Also, I want to know how big this giant steak is.
Yeah, because I mean, steaks are expensive.
I know. So how big is this giant
like, if
steak?
You're saying giant, I mean,
that's what I mean.
It's gotta be a sizable steak. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's get into this. Okay, so starting off strong with this first line. This is ridiculous, but I can't believe I have to ask, but if I'm an asshole, but here we go. I, female 27, have been together with my husband for over 10 years and married for 4. I don't have the best relationship with my mother-in-law, as she always seems to police what I eat. Everyone in my family has a fast metabolism, and I'm also working with horses. So due to this, I burn a lot of calories, talking about 2.5 to 3k a day, and usually have large meals to get energy back, and I still remain skinny. Okay, no need to brag, bestie. But now to the event. My in-laws invited me and my husband for dinner last Friday. I was very busy back then and hadn't eaten since about 6 or 7 a.m. and also didn't have the chance to snack before heading to the restaurant, so I was starving. I usually have something to eat before seeing my mother-in-law to avoid her comments. Due to this, I ordered a large steak at the restaurant, which was meant for 2 people. That's huge!
Yeah.
Okay. It also came with prawns, bacon, and 2 sides. Slay. Love that. Get your feast.
Okay.
Get your feast, girl. Please note, it was not the most expensive item on the menu, as some of my in-laws had significantly pricier dishes, and we were all splitting the bill anyway. Ooh.
Okay.
My mother-in-law started making comments how I shouldn't be ordering what I can't eat, since even her husband won't be able to finish the dish, let alone someone my size. Okay. I smiled and said I hadn't eaten anything since the early morning and I'm starving. If I don't finish the steak, I will take it home for leftovers. I had easily finished the steak. I had easily finished the steak and was waiting for my dessert when my mother-in-law flipped. She said I'm attention seeking and was putting on a show. She also said I've made my father-in-law and brother-in-law feel uneasy and that a woman shouldn't eat that much. It is also unhealthy and something is wrong with me. She then demanded my husband and I cover the entire bill, as she wasn't planning on such a big expenditure. I said we were absolutely not covering the entire bill since it was meant to be split equally, and reminded her that the dishes she ordered were significantly more expensive compared to my steak, including her starter. As a result, I was called an arsehole who has ruined my family dinner. My husband is on my side, but most of my in-laws are making very passive-aggressive posts on social media about it and keep sending me different articles of what might cause excessive eating. Stop. This is so unserious. I literally cannot believe someone's going to get angry over someone eating steak. Come on. I just can't even with people. Why do you care?
Listen. Because some mother-in-laws just be crazy.
Like, if there was an issue and you were like, okay, maybe there is an underlying eating disorder, or like maybe you are concerned about this person's health, which clearly these are not issues, at least to what we are to believe, then I don't feel the need to interfere. You should never be commenting on people's size, weight, eating habits, anything. Absolutely not. Never touch it unless you are concerned for their well-being. Never. It's just not needed. Absolutely not. Especially whilst they're eating food. Like, go away. Especially at like a family dinner. Like, not even like a private one-to-one. Like, hey, I'm a little bit concerned. Like, just in a restaurant. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Let Miss Girl eat. Let her eat her steak and her bacon and her prawns.
Her steak, yeah.
She ate it all. What's the problem?
I hope she enjoyed every bite.
Yeah, me too. And I hope her mother-in-law is... I like that her father-in-law and brother-in-law were uneasy. That is so fucking funny. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean uneasy?
They're probably uneasy because the mother-in-law was being a bitch.
Probably, but I like to think that they were so uncomfortable of seeing this woman eat. And they were like, I can't eat that much. I'm insecure as a man. I'm like, go away. Please, seek help.
Honestly.
Oh my god. But anyway, yeah, obviously not the asshole, but like, again, like some family dynamics are just so whack. I'm like, how would you have you survived this long?
I don't
Like
know.
being a family unit. Someone left a comment being like, I hope you stared your mother-in-law dead straight in the eyes as you took your last bite of steak. That is funny. Oh dear. Dear. But again, just people are so silly.
Yeah.
Eat your steak, work with your horses, hate your mother-in-law. Put that on a t-shirt. There's always one. There's always one mother-in-law story. There's always more than one mother-in-law story. I'm like, besties, get your act together, please. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Oh my god. There is so many like crazy titles.
I found one that I don't know, and I'm intrigued by this one.
Okay.
So
I'm sat.
Am I the asshole for banning my brother's girlfriend from my Easter celebration because she sent me a spreadsheet of chores and landscaping I need to do beforehand?
I'm sorry. That is the funniest thing ever. Imagine.
So, like, from the title, it sounds like she's hosting and the girlfriend wants certain chores done before she comes to Oki's house.
I'm kind of obsessed with that. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of obsessed with someone being invited to someone's house and be like, actually, can you make sure you do all these things before I come?
Yeah. Okay.
That's so bad. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Me, male 31, has a brother, Tom, male 28, who has a girlfriend named Harper, female 25. They've dated for 4 years. They aren't married. They never want to, but Harper calls herself a sister-in-law. Honestly, that doesn't bother me in any regard. Okay.
No.
They have no kids, and Harper doesn't work. This would be fine if they didn't struggle financially. Okay, again,
it's also not your business, but okay.
Yeah. They had to move in with my parents because of debt. My family thinks Harper is lazy, and she compensates by being a perfect housewife. Harper puts all of her free time into party planning, as in planning our family's birthdays and holidays, which we never asked for and don't like.
No, that's so mean. Oh, why has no one said this to her then? Like, why are you letting her do it still? Come on.
She treats every event like it's a wedding, and she's the wedding planner.
But that's kind of sweet. You've asked for, obviously.
Yeah. For context, she makes spreadsheets of all the things to do weeks in advance. These people are in charge of the food, this many people, this budget, these options, up for debate later. These people do decorations, cleaning up before and after, color scheme, and attire suggestions. These people do entertainment, karaoke, games, music playlists, movies, slideshows. My family collectively rolls our eyes and says things like, Harper, it's a birthday for a 1-year-old. My 1-year-old. There will be 10 people there, so fuck off with this list.
Stop. They did not say that. They did not say that. I know they did not say that. Like, there's no way. There's no way this girl would still be doing that if that's what they said. She'd be gone.
Harper pouts and is moody at the events because if only we did it this way, it would be so much more special and memorable.
My lord, this is better than I imagined.
I'm hosting Easter at my house because I have a large yard for the kids to hunt eggs. As usual, Harper sent the family spreadsheets for the event. Apparently, my job as host is to properly clean my house, weed and mulch my flower beds, and remove a dead tree on the edge of the property.
What?
There was a tips and tricks for lawn care she added at the bottom. Harper has decided to cook the food. Her budget is $120, $155 if I want a cake. I emailed her back and simply said, "Who invited you?"
God. My God.
She texted me back a bunch of question marks. I texted back, "There will be no +1s to watch my kids find eggs in the yard. If I let my brother bring a date, then I have to let my other guests bring dates, and we've already hit our budget of buying a grocery store ham. Sorry, I'm sure you understand how things are. Best wishes."
That is brutal. That is Brutal. If I ever received a message like that, I'm off this earth. I'm
So
gone.
sad. She stopped talking to me. My brother is mad at me. My dad thinks I'm petty. My sisters couldn't care less, and my mom is happy, though. She hates Harper. My wife wants me to act my age and stop this drama, but because it's my family, she's leaving it as my decision. Am I the asshole for banning Harper? And then we have a few edits.
Okay. I need the edits.
Edit 1. Harper started making the spreadsheets when she and my brother moved in with my parents. We told her thanks, but no. Every get-together, she wanted to add a few $100s to it of our money. We firmly said no. No. Holy shit, no means no. And she continues to give us passive-aggressive comments about not making our family moments special. I don't consider her family. No one does. Not even my brother. He doesn't want to marry her because this is just another girlfriend to him. Their relationship is toxic. I didn't mention it because that's not the problem right now. I am rude to her, I admit it.
What the fuck?
So much to unpack here.
Okay. Are there any more edits, or is that it?
Nope, there is another edit. Okay, last edit. Wow, a lot of comments. Thanks for the responses, honestly. I'm glad to know many feel my response was justified, but will also consider the advice from those that feel I should be the better person. To answer the many asking about my brother, their relationship, and my parents' place in it, my brother is an asshole.
For fuck's sake.
I know it. My family knows it. He has strung Harper along for years, and we assumed they would break up long before now. Harper treats him like a king, does everything for him, so that's why he is still with her, but has told us she's just another girlfriend. My dad spoils my brother and pressured my mom to take her in along with my brother. My mom hates Harper. My other two siblings, sisters, are low contact, and I am low contact as well. When Harper moved in with my parents, she really pushed for a family connection, correcting us to all call her sister-in-law, not a girlfriend, being a part of family events, controlling them really. We have shut her down every time, but she pretends like it's never an issue, so we ignore her now. Some have asked me for more Harper stories. My sisters have a ton of them that don't involve me. My mom has a few. I might write more later. Also, I'll try to link the spreadsheets if I can figure out how. You know how these things are. Best wishes.
Okay, wow. There is layers. That, like an onion, this story has layers.
Yes.
Honestly, like low key, everyone kind of sucks here. Like,
yeah,
everyone is in a wrong in their own way, but like also not in the wrong in other ways.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that is like, given now what we know about the brother, why they aren't intervening in that relationship is really like irking me. If you know that he's as big of a dick as he is, and you are like that against Harper, it feels like a conversation needs to be had either to the brother or like directly to her, because something's not clicking here, and it doesn't seem like anyone's having conversations that are meaningful to one another, because everyone's contact is all over the shop.
I would argue that they probably have had conversations, and either A, Harper doesn't listen because it sounds like she doesn't.
Yeah, that is true.
And B, the brother probably doesn't give a shit.
It makes me sad because
I have a stay-at-home girlfriend that does everything for me. Why would I break up with her?
Because if you look at everyone's like role, aside from the brother, because he just seems like a complete donkey, so ignore him because he's just a weirdo. But like, if you look at Harper, for example, like she clearly wants to be a part of a family, and they are not receiving that well, and that makes me really sad because they are like refusing to call her a sister-in-law just because she's not married in, and like, you do not need to be married in to be a part of a family. Like, you're a part of a family when you have connections and stuff. Like, you don't need marriage as a bonding. She clearly wants to be involved with these family events, and these people are pushing her away. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I understand why they are pushing her away, but like, from her perspective, she's probably like, why do these people hate me so much? Like, okay, they've had conversations with her, but then also like the fact that she's being strung along by the brother. What the fuck? This is a 25-year-old woman who has so much life ahead of her, and she's being fucked over by a family that are just not dealing with things correctly. But then she's not dealing with things correctly either. So like, nightmare. And then this guy, listen, the response was funny. It was very funny. Do I think maybe you could have handled it better? Potentially, yes. I think there are better ways to discuss that with someone, but it was funny. It was really funny.
I mean, I don't know. If someone was like, "Hey, this Easter event that you're hosting, you need to mulch your flower beds before it," I'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
I'd be like, no. I feel like there are better ways to have that discussion, but like, also, I am thinking, given the stories, if the stories are to be believed, because again, this is one person's perspective, but if she truly is like that much trying to like integrate into these events and you've said no, you've shut her down and she's still doing it, then I think the response is kind of warranted, because you do just get fed up with people and sometimes you're just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah, honestly.
I always strive to be the better person, but sometimes you just have to be a little bit of a bitch. Sometimes you just need to be a little bit stupid and hope the message gets across at one point. It was very harmless in grand scheme of things. It's not like you said horrible things to her face. Like, you could have been really rude and you just basically said you're not invited, and I think that's mature and fair. But that is an evil message to send. I would be deceased if I received that. That's awful.
Yeah.
My God. There's like so much. I'm also like it's wild to me because I get like, I'm assuming this is set in America because Easter's not a big thing here in the UK. Like, we just eat eggs and that's it. Like, we don't host events at all. So like, it's really funny to me that he's just like, yo, I've just invited my whole family over to hunt eggs. So that's really funny to me because I've never done that in my life. No, I think I've done one once in my life. It's not a thing here. It's not a thing here.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm sure it is. Like, I'm sure I know, like, they always, like, you always get TV adverts that are like, for your Easter dinner, and I'm like, who the fuck is having Easter dinner? But like, I understand that people who are like Christian or like, or just have that tradition do, but like, never, didn't even realize it was a thing for a very long time, because we just eat the eggs and we go, R.I.P. Big Man, goodbye Big Man, thanks, and then we go.
So like, do you decorate eggs?
I have when I was in school, but like not really. I like, in school we decorated eggs for definitely, and then like we did like an Easter
some eggs and eat them.
Oh, we didn't do that.
Wait, what do you mean eat eggs? What kind of eggs are you talking about?
Chocolate eggs.
Oh, wait, you do eggs?
Yeah, we get chocolate eggs. What? Wait, what?
We do chocolate bunnies.
Yeah, we have bunnies too. We have fucking Easter. What do you mean you don't have Easter eggs? You don't have Easter eggs?
I mean,
you do not have Easter eggs.
We have Easter eggs, but in a very different context.
You do not have Easter. So you don't have like. You don't have like. I'm trying to think of a chocolate bar that you have that we can talk about this. For example, like Kit Kat. Kit Kat do an Easter egg, and you get a chocolate egg, and then you get Kit Kats in it as well. And that is your Easter eggs, or like a cream egg. You don't have those? What?
Okay, no, because here's the thing. Because we do Easter egg hunts, okay? The Easter egg hunts is you get plastic eggs, and you fill them with candy.
They just have chocolate eggs.
That's not a thing here.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Look.
I can't see that.
Yes, you can. Don't lie.
No, it's really blurry.
You get even cups with it. You should get mugs with it. It was lit as hell.
No, primarily if you're getting chocolate, you're getting a chocolate bunny.
I'm floored.
You need to have a whole breakdown of holidays.
No, I'm so upset. This is sad to me that you don't get to experience this, because literally, like, so Easter is like what, like April, May, maybe late March, depending on when it falls.
Yeah.
About like, but as soon as the new year ticks on, as soon as we pass Valentine's Day, the stores full of chocolate eggs. You are not escaping them forever. They are everywhere. I can't believe that.
I would say as soon as Valentine's Day is over here, it starts becoming Easter. No, like, if you say like chocolate eggs to me, I'm gonna think of like the Cadbury mini eggs.
Oh yeah.
Or like there's a lot of companies that do like mini versions. Like Hershey has mini ones.
Yes.
Or you can get like a Reese's egg, but that's like the little typical.
Yeah, so we have those as well. Like you can get like a net bag, and it has like little mini chocolate eggs in, and then we do have chocolate bunnies, and then we also have the big eggs, and that's the thing you give. So like it's different for me now because I'm older, but also like I also don't need 10 chocolate eggs. To be honest, I usually melt mine down and make Rice Krispie cakes that look like little Easter nests and put mini eggs in, and it's very cute. But yeah, usually, like, at least for my family and most people I know, it's common for everyone in your family to just buy you a chocolate egg, and you'd be like, what chocolate egg do you want? And I'd be like, I want cream egg. because I want the cream eggs in it. Yum, yum, yum. And usually I'm like, a Freddo would be a sleigh, but otherwise a mini egg, because I can inhale mini eggs like no one's business. And the fact that mini eggs are only Easter based here sends me into a definite breakdown. Like, the reason I am depressed is because mini eggs are only available in Easter. Like, genuinely.
Wait, what do you mean the mini eggs? Which mini eggs?
Cadbury's mini eggs.
Oh, there's a Christmas version here. They're red and green, just circles. Yeah.
Are we talking about the same mini eggs?
With the hard shell? They have a Christmas version. Yeah, it's a little, I think it might be red, green, and white. Just little balls instead of egg shape.
Oh, yeah! Oh,
See,
your
the
mini eggs
thing
are disgusting compared to ours. What is that packaging? That's nasty! That's disgusting!
Also, this is like such a typical Easter basket. Like, you get your chocolate bunny, and then a bunch of
no.
other little, like, candy stuff.
I love that, but no. No, your
My
mini
problem
egg packet
with
is
those mini
disgusting.
Cadbury eggs, though, is I will eat an entire packet in one sitting, and then I feel sick.
Same. But they are so good. The
They're
smell.
so addictive.
The smell. I'm like sniffing the bag. I'm like, ah.
I know, they're so good.
Oh my god, no.
Okay, we're on a very, like,
yeah,
unnecessary
same with cream
tangent.
eggs. Like, cream eggs, you only get cream eggs at Easter, but then we also get them at Halloween, and they're called scream eggs, and they're green inside. And I'm like, ha ha ha. But yeah, mini eggs only Easter exclusive, and it's devastating. It's devastating. Am I the asshole for buying all the mini eggs from Tesco? That is my new.
Yes. Yes.
No, definitely not. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh,
They
and
were, like-
Peeps. Peeps are very big in Easter.
Oh, we don't have Peeps here, so.
Yeah. I hope your
That
brother
makes me
likes the
sad.
ones I sent.
He did. He's been hunting them down ever since. And I'm like, you are never going to find them here. Like, you are never going to find
You
them
can
here.
bring more back with you.
No, I know. So I was like, honestly, that is a lost cause. Like, I think we saw like one shop and it was closed, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they're like money laundering and are not a proper sweet shop business. I'm pretty sure that is like a crack den. Like, I don't think that's real, because that's a really big thing here. Like, this is really random law, but like a lot of sweet shops here, low-key independent ones, like, are not technically sweet shops, but they own the business so that they can say they own a business, so that they can take in cash and don't pay tax on it, and then don't have to disclose it if they earn under a certain amount. So they use it as like a money laundering cycle. So the amount of pop-up sweet shops we've had in like our town has been like 5 in the past like year, because they keep opening up, closing down, because they get investigated, and then opening up and closing down, opening up and closing down. And I'm like,
So you're saying if I move to the UK, that's how I'm gonna earn my money, is start up a pop-up sweet shop?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, they're literally everywhere, and I'm like, you cannot be sustainable. Like, I've never seen anyone enter you. You are not sustainable at all. So, like, where are you making your money?
Like, candy stores, like solely candy stores, are not sustainable.
No.
Anyway, because like no one is buying that much candy.
No, I know. They are not. They genuinely, they have no foot traffic at all.
Not to mention,
like, they just don't.
They typically buy like traditional like, you know, just like your regular candy bars, and then mark them up.
Yeah, the only place you're getting foot traffic is like, for example, there's a big one, like there's the M&M store in London, like that's definitely getting foot traffic because it's the M&M store. Like, that's different.
There's one in New
That's
York,
like a commercial. There's a Cadbury's, like massive Cadbury's one too, like makes sense. But like, there's like the traditional like touristy like sweet shops. Like London has a really big like tourist sweet shop. So like, obviously, if you're a tourist and you're in London and you want to try like British candy, like there's going to be foot traffic in there. But a random little local one in a little town, ain't no way, because you're just going to go to like Tesco or something. Like, you're not going to go to a sweet shop. Like, there's no point. It's not selling anything that you can't get anywhere else anymore, especially with the age of the internet. I'm like, I can order this online on Amazon. Like, Jeff Bezos can hook me up. I don't need you to do this for me.
I can have this DoorDash to me from Walgreens.
Which is sad. I'm like, I'm sad your business is failing, but like, also, it's not my problem. It just sounds so mean, but I'm like, listen, you are not. Am
I the asshole for telling sweet shops to stop opening?
The asshole for telling sweet shop owners that their business is failing. But it's the same with like mattress. It's the same with mattress places. I'm like, no one is buying mattresses from a mattress store. You're money laundering. Go away. You don't need 5 mattress stores in the same.
Once.
Yeah, once. Come on.
To be fair, they sold all furniture. It wasn't just mattresses.
No, I'm talking about just mattress stores, like just places that sell mattresses.
Yeah, those are definitely money
They're
laundering.
dodgy as hell. I'm like, why do you need? And there's always like 5 on the same road, and I'm like, no.
There are sometimes, And I'm pretty sure that these are like, I don't know, trafficking or something. But like for a while, there were like these signs that would just be like on the side of the road that would be like queen mattress for sale, like with a price, and like call this number. And I'm like,
That's
that feels like
dodge.
trafficking.
That's actually just a trap. That's
Yeah.
genuinely just a. That's just a trap. Yeah, no.
Sketch as
That's
hell.
not good. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm trying to find like another funny title.
Fun.
There's so many funny titles.
Okay.
Oh my god, okay, we have to read this one because I just need to know. Okay. To end it off. Am I the asshole for not removing the Disney items from my house?
Maybe.
This could go so many ways. Like, listen.
Yeah, really
I'm not here to hate on Disney adults, but like some people, I'm like, girl, you have too much money to spend. And I wish I had that much disposable income. Same. I'm like, I wish I had that much disposable income. I literally got sucked into badge collecting Disney TikToks the other week. This woman was searching for this one badge of the Lion King, and I was obsessed. I was like, you need to find this, girl. You're spending like £20 on a pin. I need you to find this mystery pin. And then she had a whole spreadsheet of how much she spent. I was obsessed with it.
Why do I feel like this Am I the Asshole story is going to be like a wild one where someone's like, I am never going to be able to afford to go to Disney and your house makes me sad. I feel like that is like going to be the like.
No, it probably is. Like someone's kid is like, my kid will never be able to go to Disneyland, and you're like just shoving it in their face. I'm like, go away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sad.
Okay. Whew. And he's like, relax. Me, 35 female, and my husband, 38 male, and I are what you would call Disney adults. We used to work at the parks in college and met there. For us, it has sentimental value as well as being something we both loved from childhood. Now, we are conscious that not to be those kind of Disney adults, the ones we just rake through the coals, but slay. We can hold conversations outside of the movies and parks. We both work well-paying jobs unrelated to the company. We have other hobbies and interests. Our son isn't big on Disney, and we're cool with that. It's just something that we enjoy, as well as our daughters. We nurture all of our children's hobbies and interests. We also don't blow all of our money on this stuff. I know it may sound overly defensive, but we get a lot of comments from people who don't know as well. Anyways, we live in a renovated farmhouse on a bit of land that includes a barn that we finished off, with hopes to make it a guest house one day. In the meanwhile, we've had a relative get married here and it was gorgeous. Now my sister, 28 female, wants to get married on our property and we're all for it. Everything's been planned for months and the wedding is in June. It's set to be outside completely, but if it rains, we can move the party into the barn. The only reason a guest would have to go into the house is to use the bathroom. We have 2 on the first floor. The only Disney items are a Winnie the Pooh hand towels. I told my sister that I'd replace them with regular ones, so the wedding space has no Disney items. However, she wants me to take down everything Disney on the first floor of my home, as guests will see. We have lots of Disney items, pictures, paintings, blankets, Funko Pops, decorations, figurines, dishware, etc., all made for adults and a lot of subtle or vintage, but you can still tell it's Disney. One would think this is a massive undertaking. It's not as simple as shoving stuff in a closet. We'd have to pack it up and find a place to store it. The sheer amount would require at least 2 hours of packing, not to mention storage and unpacking after. 2, it's ridiculous to me. Who cares if people see? She says it looks tacky and she doesn't want people to remember her wedding for that. I told her no. We're decorating the outside and the barn as she wants. We're letting her use our property for free, which she keeps bragging about to her friends as it's saving them a ton. When my husband and I stood firm, she whined at our parents who told us to grow up and take it down.
I told my sister to find a new wedding venue.
Same. I'd be like, if you don't want to be here, then tough. Or you know what? My other ultimatum is, you want to be here? You will pay me for the time it takes me to put this all away, and you will find a place for me to store it at a storage container.
Yeah.
And you will be a part of the packing process and the unpacking process, and then we can have a chat. Absolutely
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Not. If she's willing
Definitely
to even
not
be like,
the asshole.
Yeah, if she's like, yeah, the bathrooms will be used, so like I'll replace the hand towels. That's already a compromise.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I wouldn't even make that compromise. I'd be like, it's my hand towels. Who cares? It's Winnie the Pooh.
Right, and like people are going to the bathroom. I highly doubt they are going to remember the house.
Oh my god, no. If your wedding is that unmemorable that people are remembering Winnie the Pooh hand towels, you have bigger problems, bestie.
Yeah.
Like, if you're that concerned that your wedding is not going to be memorable, but someone's Disney, like Mickey Mouse plate is, I feel like they're a bigger fish to fry. That's why it's me.
No, that not the asshole.
She's doing you. She's doing you such a service, and then you're
favor.
like, I don't like this. I'm like, okay, no one asked. No one asked.
Yeah, I'd tell my sister. I'd be like, you can find a new wedding venue then.
I'd be like, bye. Or you you buy yourself a portaloo and your guests can pee outside in a portaloo if they don't want to come in the house. That's also a solution.
True that.
But you have to pay for that out of your own pocket because that's not my toilet.
Because yeah, I certainly I would not want random people coming into my house even just to use my bathroom just because that's sketch as hell.
I would not be okay with that, but like, you know, clearly she is. She's like very like
right,
which is great, which is lovely.
That's what I'm saying. Like she's being so
very
accommodating.
Literally, what the hell? And for free of charge? Like I feel like there's such a thing of like mates rates, and I'm like, you're allowed to charge your friends and families for services, because I feel like when you have this thing of like, oh, I owe you one, it's never going to equate. It always ends in arguments. Sometimes it's better to just place monetary value on services, because then no one is upset or feels like they're being like left out. Because I just feel like it goes so wrong on so many instances. Because if you're like, oh yeah, I'll do this for you, like maybe you've said to the sister like, oh, you know, you can do this for me, and like maybe you're like, maybe she has like a lodge somewhere, like a little, I don't know, like holiday home, and she's like, oh, you can use my holiday home, and she's like, but actually you can only use it for like 2 days, and it's like, well, that's not what we agreed. Like everyone just, nothing happens. I'd be like, you can have a bit of mates rates, but like I'm charging you, this is a service, like then there's no disparity. So like, hats off to you. I honestly, the funniest thing would be like if she's like no, and she's like fine, and she marries that anyway, and then I place a little Mickey Mouse head on every chair outside.
I know, I would do some petty shit. I'd find like
I'd
instrumental,
so
like orchestral Disney music to like play in the background.
No, you know how she said that the only thing in the bathroom was Winnie the Pooh towels? I'm getting a Mickey Mouse toilet seat. I'm getting like a little like light powder.
I'm painting Mickey Mouse on the wall.
I'm getting new flooring. I'm getting a candlestick holder that looks like Lumiere in there. Like I'm setting the scene. I think if you need to be petty, you go petty, and you're like, oh yeah, oh sorry, and she's like, oh, it was only the hand towels. You're like, I got it renovated.
Yeah, no, themed to the max.
Or like you know, like a bathroom.
I'm getting a giant shower curtain that has Cinderella's castle on it.
Who has the pumpkin carriage? Stop.
I think she said there were 2 bathrooms. The other bathroom, the shower curtain will just be a map of Disney World.
Please. That's so funny. And you know, like sometimes at weddings they have like the seating charts, or they have like guides to like where the bathroom is. It's the Disney parks like map guide, and it's like bathroom here, and it's like the picture of the house, and it has a little X. It's like, you are here at the bar.
Favors. Favors for the event are fast pass.
I feel like I would be. This is why I can't. I wish I was this petty in real life, because I would be. I'd be such a nightmare. Like I'm already a nightmare, but I would be worse. I'd be so much worse.
If I had the means to reach my potential pettiness, I don't think I'd have many friends.
But it's so funny. It's so funny. I just feel like there's so many things that it's like, if you're gonna be like petty, I'm gonna just like Una reverse. It's coming back at you, and you never will see it coming. Like I'm obsessed with that. Because I thought maybe this story was going to be like, we're having the wedding, but like maybe the dinner is inside. I'm like, okay, I can kind of understand, like she doesn't want that. Like that's okay. Like maybe it's a bit much to ask for like completely redoing, but I can be like, okay, I do think if you're offering it as like a venue, you should be accommodating to their like theming the same way that any place would be. Even if you are like, oh, could you chip in some money for like, you know, some all white plates, whatever that might be. Like, I think that's fair. But a bathroom is literally a bathroom. Like, come on. It's so stupid.
Goodness.
But we found no one who was bad.
We've learned here. We've just found people with a lot of audacity.
That's true. And I respect that sometimes. But all the time.
Sometimes.
Oh dear. Don't be like people in these stories. Just be better. Be better, please.
Be a good person.
Please. It's literally the minimum, but sometimes it's so hard. And it's always like, because sometimes you read these stories and it's always like, they're like 21 and I'm like, okay, you're just stupid. Like, no offense, like you're just stupid. Like, I'm stupid still. Like, it's okay, I admit it. But like when they're like, oh, me and my 42-year-old husband, I'm like, bestie, how are you doing this in your 40s? Go away. Please. Get a life.
For sure.
Go outside. Touch grass. Go on a cruise. Whatever people do when they hit that point in their life. Detach, please. I know. Well, that's what they do. They have like they have like, okay, this is a tangent, but it's important because it's funny to me. They have like over 50s. They have like over 50s holidays, like specifically for people over 50. And I'm like, this is such a funny way of being like, you're too old to go on a normal holiday, so you have to have your own. I was like, that's actually so rude.
People over 50 are crotchety to young people.
No, which is fine, but it's just really funny that it's like, oh, go on your over 65 cruise. And I'm like, this feels really like rude. It's like, you have to go on this specific cruise because you're too old for a normal cruise. So you have to go out with all your old besties.
Do you think you have to be 65? Because honestly, going on a cruise with a bunch of old people kind of sounds lit.
I think you do. Well, I don't know. Damn. I haven't looked into it. No, but I agree. I think that's really funny. If you're like the only person there, or like it's like you and like two people are like the only people like not 60, right? And everyone else is old. I bet that cruise is banging. Like, they have bingo. Oh, shuffleboard. Right. They're doing some, like, little Zumba moments. I am sad
Not that I want to go on a cruise, but...
Yeah, but with a bunch of 65-year-olds, I feel like we could make it work.
No, I just don't want to be on a boat in open water for extended periods of time. Do you know how many people die and go missing?
No. Yeah, but I'm fascinated by people who love cruises. Like, I need to have a conversation with people who love cruises, because I'm also anti-cruise, and not in like a... I hate people for using cruises. I'm like, slay, if you want to use a boat, like, definitely more efficient than planes. Like, go on that boat, girl. Like, I think it's a vibe. But I don't understand the appeal. I don't get it. I don't.
Also, like, I know that you don't have to leave the boat because there's plenty to do. I would have such anxiety that, like, I would leave the boat and then miss getting back on, and I would just be stranded.
I just feel like maybe it depends on the cruise. I can feel like there are some places where I'm like, okay, but like someone that I know went on a European cruise. Sounds stunning, right? You go to like 17 different like cities, like 10 different countries, but you only get like 6 hours in a place. And for me personally, that's not enough time. Like, it's very rarely that they're docking overnight. Like, they think they docked overnight in like Portugal and maybe like somewhere in Italy, but I'm like, that's not enough time for me to experience, especially like the cities that they were going to, where I'm like, a Caribbean cruise, like, maybe I can understand that you maybe don't need as much time if you're just going for like the beach and to like vibe. But I'm like, I just don't feel like you're getting enough time.
Like, in that case, there's nothing you can do on a cruise that you can't do on just like a regular vacation.
No, I know.
So what's the appeal?
I don't know. That's what I mean. Right. Does anyone out there who loves... So if you are a cruise lover, if you're a cruise enthusiast, please let us know so we can have a podcast episode with you and you can tell us why cruises are the best thing. Because I genuinely am so fascinated by this, because I know so many people who are like, I want to do a cruise. It's like on their bucket list. And I'm like, but why? Like, I just don't... Yeah, I don't have that... Like, some people are like pessimists, some people are optimists, some people are cruise, and some people are anti-cruise, and I need to know why. I need to know what is the psychology between it, because I just don't understand why you want to be on a boat for 2 weeks. Like, why? I feel like Wi-Fi. It's pay for the Wi-Fi. Go away. I'm not paying for Wi-Fi in a boat.
I want to know the average astrological sign of people who enjoy cruises.
Libras.
Because just in my heart of hearts, I know that there's a common theme there.
It's a Libra.
You think it's Libras?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Libra moon, and I have no desire to cruise. So.
Yeah, I feel like there's something about Libras. I feel like they like that. Like, I don't know.
Every time you say Libra, it sounds less and less like a word.
Libra. Maybe we should do a scientific study of all the people who like cruises and all the people who don't like cruises. So if you would like to be part of this scientific survey, please answer our poll where we ask you that. We'll do it on our Instagram. Do you like cruises, yes or no? And then what is your star sign? And then we can put the data together and we can see. Or maybe also ask you like your age demographic, because I feel like that might be telling. Like, maybe like Gemini, like older women love a cruise, but like Gemini younger women are like, no, I don't mess with that. Like, I'm curious. Like, I feel like this is an important scientific study, because then if you're a cruise owner, any cruise owners out there listening, you can cater your cruise to your star signs. Like, if you've got loads of like Sagittariuses out there, you can be like, oh, I can offer special packages to my Sagittarius girlies. They'd eat that up. True. I feel like there's potential here.
We'll run an Instagram poll and we'll share this clip on TikTok so people in the comments can tell us
Please
this
tell us if
information.
you're pro cruise. I need to know. And this is not pro cruise out of context. Sounds like I'm saying, are you pro or anti Tom Cruise? And that's a whole other discussion because he is like the head of Scientology or some shit. And like that is a whole other can of worms. We're talking about cruise ships. Please get that correct.
The vacation cruise.
Yes. The boat.
Cruise
not
of the vacation, not Tom Variety.
Not of the man, of the machine. Please get that correct. So let me might get TikTok comments being like, why are you anti-Tom Cruise? And I'm like, no. Stop the discussion.
We need to call it.
We're going.
It's late for you. You're delirious.
It is 20 past 11 p.m. Not in the morning. Okay, we're going.
It's gonna be at night.
Well, they don't know that. Might be late for me and I have worked on a backwards clock. I don't know. Maybe I went the night shifts somewhere.
Okay. I think we're done.
Yeah. No closing thoughts from me. Just that's it.
Head empty. No thoughts. Goodbye. Have a great day. Mwah.
Goodbye. See you soon. Lots of love.
Thanks so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. To stay connected with us, then follow us on social media, which are linked in the description. I've been Emily.
And I've been Scar.
Tune in next time for the best cottagecore podcast for the cottage whores.